And I'm pleased to bring in right now our next guest, John Chell, retired NYPD chief of the department. John, welcome into Newsline, sir. It's good to have you with us.
Hi, Bianca. How are you?
I'm good. It is not good out there for the folks on the streets. Staggering numbers. We just heard Kilmeny talk about the increase in attacks, 700%. And, you know, with the type of work that they are doing to get criminal illegals off the streets, and that is the mission, it will not stop, yet it sounds like more has to be done to stop those who want to cause harm. What do you think of this congressional hearing and this act they are considering?
Oh, I think it's phenomenal, and there should be more. Just like federal ICE agents up here in New York City, since bail reform kicked in, we've probably had about a 40% increase in assaults on our police officers. You saw it over the weekend with the protesters throwing garbage and items at our cops. I'll make it real clear. This is real simple for me. You place your hand on a law enforcement officer, whether it be federal or local, intentionally trying to assault them, it should be mandatory jail time. End of story. Full stop. You want consequences? You want this behavior to stop? Put someone behind bars for 6 months to a year, and it'll stop rather quickly.
Accountability. And yet we see even some members of elected officials who think it's okay to try and block a car. There's been a lot of instances there. But we do know in New York, a city that you have served, a city that you love, has an incoming Democratic socialist. In addition to this, apparently they've been releasing illegals, 7,000 since Trump got into office, John. And the state never notified ICE about that. And here's Mondami clearly on the record saying NYPD and ICE will not be aligned. Let's play this.
We're going to make it very clear that the NYPD is not assisting ICE in their actions. And I've said, even directly to the president, frankly, that these raids are cruel and inhumane, and they do nothing to actually serve the interests of public safety.
It's going to be confusing. As you just said, no one can put a hand on a federal officer. Let's say there's an immigration raid. It's in New York City. They've got one person saying you're not allowed to help, but you've got maybe an officer in trouble, John. Where does it go? I mean, how do you keep people safe, and how do you get the criminals to realize they're going to be out?
Well, first of all, to the 7,000, let's give ICE what they want. Let them go on Rikers Island, where these people already are, with detainers, and let them remove them from Rikers Island, and thus you wouldn't have to be on the street driving around the city. That's what ICE wants, and that's what we should do. Number two, the mayor-elect is a little confused here. We cannot work with ICE as it relates to civil enforcement, and we haven't for the last couple of years. But what we will do and never stop is protect them and anyone on the street during a conflict. That's not going to stop. We will protect our brothers and sisters who are doing their job. That doesn't mean we're assisting them in their civil enforcement. That means we're protecting them, just like we protect protesters, civilians, and our federal partners. Clearly two separate things that he doesn't understand.
Yeah, and maybe also who needs some understanding is this man, Alex Vitale. I'm sure you're aware of his comments. He's going to be on the Committee for Community Safety. There's the announcement. He's excited. It's a new era for NYC, but he is not really pro-police. In fact, he seems like he's anti. Here are some of his comments on the record.
And what distinguishes policing is that they are violence workers. So when we introduce police into a situation, right, we're introducing that capacity for violence. And that's one of the inherent deficiencies of turning all these social problems over to the police to manage.
What do you make of those types of comments? And I'm sure Mondami's going to have plenty of security around him, right?
First of all, an overeducated moron that has no idea what he's talking about. And quite frankly, this is as scariest as it gets. Personally, for someone who spent 32 years out in the streets in my community, helping children, helping parents, helping all the downtrodden, fighting crime, who the hell are you to call us violence workers? Who are you to say that the drug epidemic of the 80s wasn't a public health matter, nor public safety? This man is dangerous. He should not be anywhere near the public safety apparatus of the upcoming mayor and should be removed immediately.